Hello everyone, hello teachers. Are you anxious, worried, problematic, and stressed about online teaching? Watch this video. Hi, hello everyone. This is Dr. Debbie Javier. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new in this channel, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and then click the subscribe button and the bell button for you to be notified every time I have a new video. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 practical tips on how to make your online teaching practical, motivating, and interesting. Practical tip number 1, setup. Under setup, we have 3 things to consider. We have camera angle, followed by lighting, and the background. So let's discuss them one by one. For camera angle, we should have the proper focal point, and of course, it should be on the eye level. That's it for the camera angle. You should be able to get the proper camera angle before you start online teaching. Number 2, we have lighting. For the lighting, I think this is the problem of most of us because it may be too dark or our cameras are not high-tech. The megapixel is not really that very high, but there is no problem with that. You can make use of a ring light. A ring light can make you look beautiful, can make you look presentable, can make you look really attractive in front of the camera. So I would advise you to invest on ring light. So there are available and affordable ring lights which are being sold online. So you can have that.
No.
If you don't have a ring light, you can also have natural lighting. And for natural lighting, you have to make sure that you were not going to take your video against the light because you would look like you have just fallen from the sky if you are going to go against the light for natural lighting. And for number 3, under setup, we have the background. So the background should be plain, should not be untidy. So it's very important that you should be able to create a background that's really very conducive for online teaching. That's it for setup. Practical tip number 2, sound. So you should have a microphone, of course, for you to be able to produce a well-modulated voice, and there should be no background noise in the place where you are going to do online teaching or the place where you are going to have your video recording. Doing the online teaching at home is very challenging, I understand. So maybe you have a baby, you have a dog, you have other family members who might be producing sounds which are too loud. If you have the money, you can invest on noise cancelling microphone. Practical tip number 3, presentation. This is the most important part of online teaching or video recording. You have to be able to follow the 3 tips that I'm going to give you under presentation. The first one is that you have to make your visual aids really short, simple, brief, and very quick to understand. You have to be able to prepare PowerPoint presentations that will let the students easily understand the lesson and will not take them so much time to understand. Number 2, under presentation, you have to use visually appealing materials. Visually appealing presentation. Remember, you are not with your students. So if you are going to make use of visually appealing materials, then they will stay with you. It will not be very difficult for you to let them stay online. The third one under presentation is that you have to look presentable. It's very important that even if you are only teaching online, you still have to look presentable in front of your students or in front of the camera. So I'm going to give you some tips on the clothing that you can wear and that you should not be wearing in doing online teaching. So what should you not wear? Do not wear clothing with small patterns, because this one will create more. So when you say more, meaning to say it would create a wave in the camera or in the video. You cannot also wear stripes. This one will also create more. So you cannot also wear pure black, pure red, or pure white. It doesn't look good in the camera, even if you love these colors. So what are the things that you can wear? You can wear clothing just like what I'm wearing. You can wear purple, pink, beige, so that there will be no problem in your presentation. So you have to look good. That's very, very important. Practical tip number 4. You should be able to use TPR. What do you mean by TPR? Total physical response. Since you are not with your students inside the classroom, then you have to be able to apply TPR. What is that? You should be very energetic in teaching to keep your students motivated. You should also be animated, just like when you are in the classroom. And of course, you should be able to make visual cues. Like for example, if you want them to listen, you do this one. If you want them to focus, then you do this one. So there are many, many visual cues that you can make use of to keep your students really pay attention online. Practical tip number 5. This is the last one, materials. So before you start your online teaching, you should be able to prepare for your materials like flashcards, PowerPoint presentations, pictures, videos if you need to use them. And of course, since you are at home, you can also make use of available materials at home. So if you are teaching kids, then maybe you can make use of materials in the kitchen if you want to show them plates, cups, and many more. You can also prepare your materials ahead of time. That's very important. So may I have a recap on the 5 practical tips for online teaching. We have number 1, setup. So under setup, we have the camera angle, we have the lighting, and then the background. And then number 2, we have sound. Under sound, you have to consider your microphone and no background noise. Number 3, we have presentation. Under presentation, you have to make use of a short, simple, and easy to understand presentation. And then visually appealing materials. And of course, yourself should be the best visual aids. You have to look presentable, you have to look good. Number 4, we have TPR, or the total physical response, the use of visual cues. And number 5, you have to be able to prepare for the right materials. I hope in this video I was able to give you 5 practical tips in preparing yourself for online teaching. Because in this kind of situation, we should still be able to make our students learn. We should be able to give them chances and choices of learning, whether we like it or not. So again, this is Dr. Debbie Javier. Happy teaching, happy online teaching, teachers. I would like to leave you again with this one. Always be a blessing to others. Bye!
Hi everyone! Please subscribe to my channel, Dr. Debbie Javier. Bye!
Oh, kiss mommy.
Aww.